Well guys, I got the grater here. It needs a fair amount of work here and there. It's got oil leaks. There's play in places. But the one thing that's bothering me right now, can't put much gas in it. Someone converted this to a dry air filter. Well, it's kind of stuck in there right now, but yeah. Oh. Yeah, it's in there. There's a wing nut on it. Anyways, they made this hokey bracket in the process, and the pipe they used here is not long enough, so it kind of sits weird and whatnot. But the problem with the gas tank is it's leaking in here. I gotta get this fixed up. So I'm gonna pull this off and pull off the gas tank so I can fix it, so I can actually put something in it so it doesn't leak out. There shouldn't be much to getting this thing off. These brackets are all broken stuff here too. Come on. Take these loose. Take a hose clamp off here somewhere. They didn't want that thing going anywhere. 3/8 bolts, and they're loose. Brackets are broke. Bolts broke off on that one. That one's probably gonna break. Yep, that broke off. Not only do I gotta weld up the tank, but I gotta get out a couple bolts. So that ought to be fun. That's always fun. Fix these up, hopefully, maybe, sorta. See if that thing comes off. Surprised. I don't know what this is supposed to be for. I have a feeling it's not for this. A few bolts on the hood now. Of course there's nuts on the back side. Why wouldn't there be? Why wouldn't there be? Ugh. Now before I go any further on this, I'm gonna get the rest of the fuel out of here. There is a little bit of gasoline in here. Let that drain out. Shouldn't be much in there, a gallon or so. Then this can come off. While I was getting the gas drained out of the tank, I went and pulled off the tank heater. It was rubbing on wires and the choke and whatnot, and I figured now's a good time to do it. If one of these hose bursts or something, that's just extra stuff to worry about. And if it's that cold out that this thing won't start, this thing starts really good. If it's that cold out, the ground's gonna be froze. I'm not moving snow with this thing. It doesn't work that good for moving snow. Other guys might have different opinions on that, but I just don't see it. And I don't like the cold that much. There's no cab on here, so I don't plan on using this at all when it's cold. This thing should just come out of here now. Oh, stuck. What'd I do? How? I don't know how I got this stuck. There was some extra bracket on this side that was in the way. To weld on this, you're going to want to get all the gas out. If you don't, it might go explode. Fireballs and stuff like that. I used to have a tiny little fan that would have fit in there, but I don't know where it went. I think it got broke. Wife probably threw it away. Yeah, let's go with that. I'm going to blow some air in here. Oofda. You probably want to do this with some ventilation. Well, I come up with an assortment of fittings. I didn't have one to go right from that to that for some reason. I got the air on here, gonna put the cap on, gonna see where it's leaking. All along there. The worst right here, a little bit here. Looks like that whole thing needs some attention. Really blowing out here. Got to get the rest of that gas out. So I'm gonna let it sit just like this and air out for a while. Go have some lunch, come back when it's all done. You can see it dripping pretty good right now. Well, I left the air go for a couple hours and had the door open and everything. It doesn't smell like gas in here. The tank doesn't smell like gas. Time to get this cleaned up a little bit. It's pretty hard to actually see the crack. I think I can see it a little bit. It seems like the worst of it is from about here. About here. Dry that up. I think there's a crack basically just inside of the rolled weld seam here. It's hard to tell if there's one there too, but I'm gonna weld from there on. Then we can recheck it. Now, I didn't test my welder in any way here. I just set it where I thought about. Take the cap off. I'm going to blow a little air through it just to keep the air moving. Shouldn't be a problem though, but just in case. Kind of made that worse. Well, it should seal, but it looks worse. Might have to grind that a little bit, pretty it up a little. Well, I think it's pretty good. Put some soap on there, put some air to it. No bubbles. No bubbles. Awesome. Now for these broken off bolts. Sometimes this works real good for me, sometimes it doesn't. That's the size nut that bolt is. Just burn that in there. Might want to turn the welding helmet to weld. Somehow got switched to grind. That looks pretty warm. You think they're going to turn right out of there? I hope so. Ooh, it's pretty tight. Wow, got the one. Had a little bit more purchase on that one though. Let's see if this one's ready. That one does not feel happy. Why don't we try a little bit of persuasion? Oh. think it's coming now. There we go. This thing's kind of awkward, heavy-ish. I don't know why this is. Not sure here what's going on. But this has some kind of weird bracket to move it over. If it's because of this thing, I don't know. Looks like I got it pretty centered. Should be good. Yeah. That'll work right there. Some of you may have noticed that I painted the bottom of this. And doing so, I lost the line for where this is supposed to go. Oops. Ooh, that's not going to end up anywhere where it's supposed to be. Is that why it was so grubby underneath here? Because that was kind of leaking too? I don't know. Went really easy until it didn't. Nowhere close now. I'll have to do a little fiddling with that and see if I can get it screwing. Well, I got the line on there. I'm hoping it doesn't leak. This bottoms out. I don't know if you can see it there. The nut portion, the hex portion, bottoms out on the fuel tank. So if I get any kind of leakage there, my other option is to get a fitting, a couple fittings to put in between there. Hopefully they'll tighten it up, because it should really be turned just a hair more to get tight. It's snug. That's actually further than they had it before, but hopefully it doesn't leak. I got everything put back together here, and I just dropped this, you know, one width, and everything fits together real nice. And it just clears back here. Yeah, that's all I had for yellowish paint. Looks awful. I'll have to find some of the more proper stuff sometime, but it's something. As far as the gas goes, I'm gonna leave that sit, cure up a little maybe, hopefully, before I try it, give it a fighting chance. And if it doesn't work, I'll have to pull that back apart. I can still access it through there, no big deal. Well, it's back together. For now, guys, thanks for watching. Join me next time. Take care and God bless. You want to run them?